What's up, baby?
What's up?
I want to start off by just saying you're giving me college girl vibes. You're giving me Jess went to college and like
Jess didn't go to college, so here we are.
I know, look at you with your high top Converse.
I think there was a vibe this morning.
Your crew neck.
It was shout out Loverboy.
Loverboy University over here.
Loving the Loverboys right now. I didn't go to college, so I'm kind of feeling this little, it's like my take on schoolgirl. But like not schoolgirl.
I'll let you guys know how that plays out later.
I don't know. I'm thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, no. I'm here for it. I like it. I feel like you're starting to find your own style, your own vibe. And it's cool to see that confidence coming through with like what you're wearing.
Thanks. Yeah, I always like see styles that I admire and that I like, but I'm like, I don't think I can pull that off. Like my body shape, I have to like dress to my body shape, and I'm still like learning how to do that.
Yeah, that's cool though.
It's hard.
This
you like this outfit?
I do. I think you can do a lot of different things with this as a template too. So like you can find a lot of different vibes throughout this. Just different crew necks. Different, change up the pants. I love that you're wearing like more tapered and cropped now too versus like we've moved out of the skinny jean era.
Well, also I lived in leggings for 90% of my life.
Yeah.
They were comfortable.
I know. It's funny. Even like when our family members see you, they're
sometimes
like, you're wearing jeans?
I'm like, yeah. I stepped out. I ventured out. It's fine.
No, I like it.
Thanks. Yeah.
And your nails are just, wow. You look good.
Thanks. So do you.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the Queer Social. My name is Jess, and my pronouns are she, her.
And my name is Andy. My pronouns are they, them.
Here we go. We did our intro early.
Got it down.
Sometimes we've been like forgetting. We're just like chit-chatting, and then we're like, ooh.
We're like,
time has flown.
That was like being
halfway through.
Professional.
Yeah.
Feels right.
Feels right. Speaking of schoolgirl, school, college, all the things, I feel like some people don't know that you were a college athlete.
Well, I do drop hints. I always say like, I feel like
Oh, you do? You like to bring it out of the back pocket for sure. But I think I'm talking about more like, you did soccer, you did college volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like me, myself, if I had to pick a sport that I could see for you, it would be not volleyball. It wouldn't be volleyball. It'd probably be, I could see soccer. I could also weirdly see running for you. I know, but I could.
Okay, yeah. Not basketball? You weren't seeing that.
Oh, basketball's a sport, right. Okay, so I could see basketball over soccer, actually. I know, I just forgot it. But yeah, I think if I could see anything, it would be basketball. Rewind. Basketball, yeah.
It's funny you say that because like I literally played like I feel like every sport under the sun.
Yes.
Growing up. My mom wanted me to play basketball. My mom played basketball in the Army. She was very good. So like I think that was always her dream for me too, to play basketball. But I started really excelling at volleyball. And it's funny.
You're just like good at it.
Yeah. The thing is with volleyball too is I was only playing basketball, or I was only playing volleyball to stay in shape for basketball when I first started. So like as a freshman, and then because I played 4 sports, I got my varsity letter my freshman year in 2 of my 4 sports, and I was running at that time. I was doing track. I was doing hurdles.
That's why I could see you, little track star.
Yeah, I was doing hurdles and long jump at that time, and I tried pole vaulting too, but didn't work out.
I could just picture you flinging your little noodle body over the rail.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I just like always, I think I just did better at volleyball at that time, and my love for basketball had been phased out in high school. I was doing everything against my mom. So it was like my mom wanted me to play basketball. I was like, watch this. Not going to play basketball. I'm going to do really well at this other sport. But yeah, I just got really good at volleyball and excelled from there, and then went to college, played. and finished out my career at Cal State. And they actually just won the national championship, which is fucking awesome. So really good program there. But yeah, I don't think a lot of people would have pegged me for a volleyball player either.
Yeah, but after you said basketball, I was like, basketball. I could have totally seen that.
And I do think back, I'm like, I think I could have had a really good basketball career.
Mm-hmm. What do you peg me as?
As an athlete?
Yeah. Wait, how do I say that? Maybe not peg me. Like, what do I look like? What could I have done?
I think when I look at you, you could have done soccer. I think you would have been
do I look like a soccer girl?
Kind of like, I think, especially like your legs.
So
your
cool,
legs are very deceptive.
Oh.
Like you have, like in the fact of like, you have very, very athletic legs.
That's insinuating the rest of me isn't athletic.
No, I'm just saying like that's you have like runner legs. Like you have very defined calves. Like, and I like calves. I think that's like, I think calves are sexy. Mm-hmm. But I think you do match up to being a horse girl.
Okay.
That's an athlete. I don't get it.
No, it's a great thing. But like horse girls have a known reputation of being like a little weird. Like a little, sorry, horse girls. I am one. I am a horse girl.
There is a reputation out there.
People fucking send me those videos of like the horse girls jumping over the jumps themselves. And I'm like,
what is that fucking
I never did
called?
that.
It's like huge in Sweden, but they're literally on like the toy horses and they run around and they.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Don't subscribe to that.
It's so funny, but it's like a legit thing. So no hate.
Yeah.
Or I was going to say softball, but.
I'll take softball.
I just don't know.
I feel like I could have been good at softball if I tried it.
Are you good with hand-eye coordination though?
I think so.
Because
I'm just scared of balls coming at my face. That's what I'm scared of.
So a big part of it is you can't be afraid of that. Because
like
there's
ducking. No,
when you're not batting, you're getting a ball thrown at you.
No, I know.
Or hit at you.
I honestly do think if I did it, I'd be good at it.
If you could pick one sport to be incredible at, what would it be?
Probably basketball.
Really?
I think so. Actually, now that you say softball, I'll fuck it up. So, a softball or basketball, yeah. I played basketball, for those that don't know. I was a little b-ball player back in the day.
She was. And just don't... I mean, look, she is really good at playing like horse and pig. I'm not going to lie. Like sometimes like I feel like you could hustle some people.
I don't know, babe.
I think
that's
you
nice
could.
Of you.
But the thing is like sometimes you throw the ball nowhere near the hoop.
Cut. Next topic.
And when it comes to softball, do you remember when I taught you how to throw a ball? No. This is like a tale as old as time this is a tale as old as time between two lesbians, okay? I feel like there's always one that teaches the other one how to throw something. It just didn't click, I feel like.
I'm over this. I'm actually over it. You know what's interesting is like talking about things that people like wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
Our job histories. Like what we've done in the past. So
wow. Yeah. I worked at Abercrombie.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I worked at Abercrombie. I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch, and I don't know if anyone's ever seen that movie, but it's pretty fucking accurate. So I'll just leave it there. Yeah, it's
I didn't watch it.
It's the pretty, documentary. Yeah, the documentary on it. And I actually was asked twice to like possibly be flown out to campus to like do modeling pictures and stuff. Never happened because I was playing college volleyball at the time, and you can't be paid at that time. NCAA didn't allow you to be paid outside for like any type of brand or any situation like that. So they took away my chances of being one of the only mixed girls on a fucking Abercrombie bag. You fuckers.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't know that. But yeah, I could see it back in the day just based off of like what you looked like back then. I think I could see, like, could like put two and two together. To me, the most surprising job is a dog groomer. Like you groomed dogs for years, and you worked at holistic, like, or you did holistic pet nutrition, like hand in hand. Yeah. But that's just like, I've never seen a dog groomer that looks like you. Like, truly, I would get my dog groomed weekly, which probably like isn't even allowed. Like, you were just here. Like, I know.
You could bring him in for a nail trim or like a nail buff.
Yeah, whatever I need. The anal glands, the nails, whatever we got to do.
That's not the move. Like, you don't want the person you're trying to hit on to go fucking.
But if it was the only service left, I would do it.
I love animals more than I like people.
It's true.
The people who are closest to me know that.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Grooming was an adventure. I don't know. I still could get down, I think, with it.
You were good at it.
Yeah.
Just so I would never expect you to have that
Well,
job.
let's go down your job history. What you got?
I was a preschool teacher, which like on the nose fits me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was a teacher's aide actually. So like I'm not an actual teacher, but
yeah,
teacher's aide.
You pretty much were a preschool teacher though. I remember coming in a couple times, like come pick you up for lunch and stuff. And like, it was so cute looking at like listening to all the kids call you Miss Jessica.
I know. And then they were like 2 and 3.
Miss Jetcha.
Yeah. They couldn't say my name. It was Miss Jetcha most of the time. It was so cute. And then I worked at Wave Rave for a little while.
Shout out. She had to name drop. Because if you know, you know. Wave Rave is one of the most sought after like snowboard places to go shop for retail, to like even just like watch fucking videos of people. Like it's sick.
Yeah.
And living in Mammoth, yes, it is probably the premier place to go. All the celebrities, if they snowboard, go to Wave Rave. I'll never forget when you were working and it was super late at night. It was right before you guys were closing, so I came by and was looking at some new snowboard shit, and then lo and behold, I turn around and Kendall Jenner and Harry Styles are there.
I'm like, Andy, you see Kendall? So natural. What's after
Wave Rave?
Production.
Yeah.
I did production for how many years? Like, I want to say it was like 8 years or like 7.
Yeah.
7 or 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
For reality TV. That was a wild few years. I worked my ass off. That was fucking crazy. But I did story producing and I loved it. But it was just, it took a lot of my life. Even
before production though, I thought one of the craziest things, when I first met you, you were a makeup artist.
I was an apprenticing makeup artist. So I wanted to like learn to see if that's something that I wanted to do. So I shadowed a well-known makeup artist in the industry who does stuff for like TV shows.
Got it.
And so I shadowed her for months and did like an internship. This is when unpaid internships were a thing. And I did that for too long. Probably.
And you know what? Now that we're saying this, because it was unpaid, that was one of the reasons you didn't want me to come out to visit when we first started dating. You were going to like stand me up for an unpaid internship.
Yeah. Well, I was also nervous to meet you. So I was like, oh, don't come. I'm so busy, which I was busy.
With work.
It was work for me, but I wasn't getting paid to work. It was so fucked up.
Do you remember that like you legitimately would hide me in hotels?
When we first started dating?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Well, also, I wasn't out yet and I wanted you to come visit, but I didn't have anywhere for you to stay because I was living at my parents' house. So I had no choice but to get you a hotel room. And at fucking 19 years old, I did not have a ball and budget. So
no, it was fine though. It was fine because I also didn't have a ball and budget either.
I remember staying with you in Fresno at that hotel and it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. I don't know how nothing about how we first started dating was glamorous, really. Like, it was just chaos.
No, it's funny because like I think that just showed like just how different we were too, like how different we grew up, everything, you know, and like when you're broke, we made it work. Like it wasn't yes, I wasn't out either. You know what I mean? Like my mom thought that I was in California
to visit your sister.
To visit my sister and in hopes to find a new volleyball team to play for at that time, a new college to go to. Like 3 weeks after I stopped going to college, she was like, oh, you're already out there looking for stuff. And I'm like, sure thing, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm looking for stuff, but not that. Looking for a lot of things, but definitely not that. So yeah, we stayed in some sketchy places. But you were a ride or die from the beginning.
There was like mattresses out. There was like,
I mean, it was
Stain City.
It
whatever.
Was trap. It was
bad.
Trap City. That's what it was, and it's fine. It's fine because, like I said, in those moments, that's when like you were my down girl. Like you were it.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like
slap that title right on my forehead. I love it. I'm a down girl.
Yeah, you were down for whatever was happening because you knew that I was trying to better my life. You knew that I was trying to just be a better person, find happiness, like just do the right things, get back on track. And I had to start from somewhere. Yeah. And I started from a very low point, you know, and you were with me through every stage of that. And man, I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot of stages of our life together, and I'm grateful for you too.
Thanks.
Yeah. When we first started dating too, I remember like when we would go out to dinner, or like go on dates and stuff, it was one of those things, I think and it's traditionally, right, if with a male and a female, like people are expecting the male to pay for a first date. And then when you go on a first date
as a queer person,
with two people of the same sex, it was kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah. What's the vibe here?
We're not really like guided on the schematics of queer dating, right? Like who does pay for the first date? I think I would go for whoever asks.
I always try to pay for people. Like I'm always like, I got it. Don't worry. Cause like, to me, it's like a love language too. It's like showing that I care. It's like, I want to treat you to this. And I also love food. So I'm like, let me just treat you something nice here. You know?
No, I always felt that too. I think that for us specifically, like in the beginning, I definitely tried to be the one to pay for certain things, but you also knew that I just moved to California. Yeah. I just started paying rent. I just started like doing all these things that cost a lot of money. Yeah. So our beginning stages, I feel like we never really like dated. We talk about this, but
like, we didn't date.
We didn't really like.
We did a few here and there, like to get to know each other, but then we were just like hang out ourselves in the bedroom and just hang out. Exactly.
Yeah, we Netflixed and chilled a lot.
A lot. That is how we got to know ech other.
I got Netflix to know you really well between season 1 through 5 of Vampire Diaries.
Like, what happened again? Well, we rewatched it like 800 times, so now we really know. But yeah, I feel like when you first start dating somebody, like you just don't know in that kind of regard of like who's gonna do what. Yeah, you know. And also, I feel like that happens a lot in queer relationships. Is like people expect maybe the more mask person or like the stud of the relationship to like take on the role of.
I think that a lot of people have that misconception of like just because you're masculine presenting that you don't have like not femininity, but yes, femininity and sensitivities and things like that. Like,
yeah, a lot of people think that you're supposed like
I'm just hard.
Yeah. Or like that the mask takes on the persona of what would be the boyfriend or husband or whatever.
Yeah, the traditional gender roles of what a man would be.
Yeah. They just slap them on you because of the way you look. When really, like, Andy's more sensitive than I am.
Do not get that twisted. I am not more sensitive than you.
Okay.
I am uber sensitive around you because you are my person.
Yes.
But do I show the world that I'm sensitive?
No.
Not really. On the TV show, I had some traumatic moments. That's not the same situation. In my day-to-day, am I an emotional person? No. A lot of times you have to be like, okay, let's be sympathetic here. Like, let's be empathetic here. Let's try to look at it from a feelings point of view rather than like what makes sense. Because the minute something doesn't make sense to me, my attitude turns on.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where I get very detached from certain things. So it's not my first nature to go at something emotionally. Whereas for you, that is how you lead your life is through emotions, your feelings. A lot of people expect like mass presenting or like studs to be just like this hard thing. And it's like, don't get me twisted. Like, yeah, like I can be that, but I also like, I like flowers. I like chocolate.
You want to be asked on a date?
I like baths, like bath time, bubble baths. I don't know. I still like that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted.
Yeah. The other day, you were like, I don't know, a date was brought up and you're like, are you going to ask me on a date? And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Like I forget I have to do that because I am like, well, I'm also just like not romantic at all. But I was thinking, I was like, I'm not romantic at all. You are the romance.
I literally have it tatted on me.
Yeah. Like the time I met you, you were very, what is Juliet and who?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Romeo and Juliet, very like, even your vows to me at our wedding, like that is just you to the core. Mm-hmm. And I am 100% not that.
Yeah.
I'm good with my words, but like romance,
it
could use some work.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wouldn't be opposed to a little romance here and there from you, but at the same time, like you as a person and your energy give me so much that it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm Gucci.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't have it all, you know?
What?
We can't have it all.
Yeah.
There's certain things like give and take, and it's like I would get rid of the romance for the rest of your life with you if I could keep all the other things that you give me.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
I think this could be a hot take because I don't think a lot of people feel this way, but I'm not saying that I don't like dating. I'm not saying that, but we don't date. Like we don't go on dates. Even from the beginning, like you mentioned, like that was never something
in our relationship. We never really dated. I think that we started hot and heavy with a lot of things, but like we would go to dinner here and there, but like we feel comfort of getting food and bringing it back to the house. Like I know sometimes you want to go on a date. Like I get that, but we like to go pick up food, come back, watch our favorite show, watch what we're going to do, eat how we want to eat in the comfort of our own home.
Yeah.
You know?
Our dates just look different, I think, than other people. Like
it's not a traditional date. Like let's go
get out,
food,
get ready, get dressed, go to a bar, go to a dinner, go do an activity. Like we just don't do those types of things. I think dating for us is like the little moments we get in like that we make a moment. Does that make sense?
Like the other night, Milo went down a little bit later than normal and we were like, fuck it, let's take a bath together.
Yeah. It's like those little things where it's like,
and we watched a show in the bathtub.
Well, that too, but it sounds crazy.
Yeah. We ended up, you know, watching a show in the bathtub. Like we had chocolate. Like it was nice. We just had like a little, and it wasn't even anything crazy. We just literally like chilled out. And I was like, that's nice. Like, we should do that more often to just relax and like decompress and stuff. So
like we used to just do car dates where we would just go on a drive and then we'd have like a picnic in the trunk. Yeah. Like make a charcuterie board and just like sit in the back and somewhere pretty. And when we lived in Mammoth, we would go and we drive and like put enus up in the forest and just like chill and listen to music.
Yeah, our dates are, I think we just don't do traditional dates like movies, bowling. It's just not our... No.
Not the jam.
No, we like to be a little bit more intimate.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, private. I think we like more privacy.
Speaking of privacy, it's so funny trying. So obviously like what we do for our life part-time is content create. Yeah. And when we create content in public, Lord help Andy, it is a travesty. Andy has like an internal and external panic attack. Like and external because it visibly shows. Like we'll be like, I'll be like, okay, babe, now look at me, give me blue steel. Andy will do blue steel, and then someone will walk around the bend, and Andy's like, ooh, abort. Like, ooh. The clouds today, Jay. Look at the fucking clouds. I'm like, dude, you're never going to see these people again.
But I think also, too, I wasn't 100% confident in who I was.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're not 100% confident in who you are, how can you present that confidence to the world?
Who cares what they think? It goes back to, like, us saying, talk about me. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea who I am.
So I'm saying some days I'm in it. Some days I'm, like, way more comfortable. And then other days I'm like, oh, God, I'm so cringe.
Yeah. I get that. I totally get it. I understand.
So yeah, I'd rather wait for people not be around to get the shot than to have somebody just walking right by. yeah. Granted, like I said, being on a TV show has definitely like softened that a lot for me because there's no control there. You have literally no control. Whereas UGC and like making your own content, you have full control.
Yeah.
In a sense.
So you're like, cut, everyone hold.
Wrap it up. Do it again.
Yeah.
For sure. Isn't it crazy how much Instagram has evolved since we started dating? Like when you think about creating content, like we would have never thought that this would be what we're doing.
No. Andy, I'm pretty sure on your Instagram you posted a picture of you like with Anakin shitting. Like Anakin was like shitting and you were like holding him on the leash and it was like a picture of you on the grass or something. And like that was your Instagram post.
It was. But I think it's because I just posted whatever the fuck I wanted.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it was not a thing.
It wasn't aesthetic.
You didn't have to worry about aesthetic. You didn't have to do anything. Like literally you were picking up dog shit.
I still try to not worry about aesthetic too much.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'll post like some stuff that is very like aligned with the brand, you know, of what your Instagram is as like a content creator. But yeah, I posted like random shit all the time. It did not matter.
No.
It didn't matter. It could be literally like...
But also, you were so hot, it didn't matter. So I was like, oh my God, look at them picking up dog shit. Ha! Like, fucking commenting.
You
like,
did.
I know. I commented on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, cute dog. It's like his asshole. Like, no one gave a shit about Instagram back then. You know?
I know. And I think one of the other posts that like really got you too was literally just my truck and my dirt bike and my dog.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's a trifecta.
Like, the times have changed. I'll just tell you that. Times have absolutely changed with social media.
Yeah. If you could go back to a memory in our relationship, or just something that happened in our relationship, a time in our relationship, what would it be?
I think I would want to go back to... I know it sounds weird for people who are listening or watching, but like Fresno days, like just going back to the relationship as a beginning and feeling like the overwhelming sense of like lust and love and excitement of talking to somebody new. I think that's what I would want to feel again. Just because like, you know, when it's been 10 years, like just to revisit that intense feeling when we first started dating would be really cool.
I have to say that is like actually shocking to me that you would pick that, because that was like...
Wait, can I change it?
My neighbor was like cooking next to us.
I know.
Like,
no, that
you know what I mean? Like you were... I'm just saying like that just shows like how fucking down you were. Like that shows like that you are a real one, because it's like you chose to go back to one of the hardest times,
but also just like the feeling that we had for each other. Like the surroundings didn't matter to me.
No.
Like to me, if I could change my answer, it would be Mammoth, like our first year that we lived in Mammoth, because that was one of the best times of my life.
Yeah.
But
facts.
that is similar. Those go hand in hand around the same period. It's just we moved to a different place. But that was 100% one of my favorite like moments with you and I. Is just like living in the trees in the forest and just like snowboarding.
Snowboarded every day. We were like snowboard rats.
Yeah.
Literally like didn't change out of, like kept our unders on for most of the day.
Lived in it. Lived, breathed, snowboarding and hanging in the trees. That was like our life.
That was our life.
Yeah. That would be mine. What's yours?
Oh man. It sounds crazy, but it might be lightning in a bottle.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, that's fucking psycho to me. Okay. Because lightning in a bottle was traumatic.
In a sense it was, but I don't think I've ever felt more alive in that moment with you, because we hitchhiked.
That's what I'm saying. When I think back to this story, y'all, you have no idea. Let me hear your side of it and then I'll tell you.
This was one of like the first big test of our relationship of like, it was a festival, right? So like we had fun. We did some things. We experimented with some other thing. You know what I mean? Like we had that side of it. We experienced really good music. And then towards one of the latter days of the festival, I ended up getting really sick. I had I was having an asthma attack. And we had to figure it out, because once you're in the festival, you're locked in the festival. You can't leave, essentially. Like your car, nothing can leave.
You can't go in and out. It's not that type of.
Yeah. And we are also, I think at this time, this festival was like 30 or 40 miles from the nearest city. It was really far off. It was on a reservation, I think. It was the most challenging thing that I think I've done in my life, like in real life at that point of time. And it was our first challenge as a couple. And we fucking crushed it. And I saw that you were there for me.
Okay. So the way that I remember it was literally one of the most traumatic experiences. Because you had a full-blown asthma attack. We were in the desert. The inhaler wasn't doing it for you anymore. Your throat was basically closing. And we went to the medics and they were like, you need to go to like the hospital. You need to go like a doctor. Weird that they didn't call 911. They didn't call an ambulance or anything. But they were basically like, you got to get to the nearest city and go to an urgent care. And we were like, okay, which is crazy. I don't think, because it was a new festival, they weren't equipped to handle this type of like scenario for you, which is wild.
Yeah. They had drug testing kits. They had all that type of stuff.
But they didn't have a fucking...
They didn't have a nebulizer.
A nebulizer. Like, come on. So... they were like, you got to go. And we were like, we don't have a vehicle. Our vehicle was used in our campsite. So we literally could not leave with our car. Yeah. Otherwise, we had
they didn't let cars out of the campsite.
Exactly. So we had to walk to the front of the festival and fucking hitchhike a ride. And the people who were working there were trying to help us. Like, hey, are you going to the city? Is anybody going to the closest town? And then this one person, the lady came up with her walkie-talkie. She's like, I got someone. We were like, thank God. Thank the fucking God. And then this big ass blue monster truck pulls up. And by the way, when I say monster truck, it's not your typical, like anything you'd see on the road.
It's not just a lifted truck.
You need a fucking ladder to get into the car. Okay? Like, he lowered a ladder. And I was like, are you joking me right now? I was already having a panic attack because my partner's dying. Literally throat closing. And I was like, okay, fuck, Andy, we got to get in this. So we get in the truck. These guys are a little scary. Like, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I was a little scared.
Yeah.
But it was at that point, it was like our only situation we had.
Yeah.
Because it was miles and miles from the closest town. So we were like, all right, we just got to go. They were going to like
get beer,
liquor store.
Yeah.
And we were like, good, we need a doctor. So we'll come with you. So we get in the car. They blast their music so fucking loud.
This is like the beginning of like dubstep era. Like Skrillex was huge right now.
Yeah.
Like huge.
Yeah.
And vaping, where like you buy like all the pieces to like make your own vape thing. Yeah. Huge. Like the big clouds. This is when this shit was popping off. Okay.
So I was internally thinking like, this is how we die. Like right now is how we die. But then they decided to smoke, hotbox the car.
I forgot
They
about
fucking
this.
hotbox the car and Annie's dying, throat closing, literally cannot breathe. If you have asthma, you know what this is like.
Yeah.
It's scary as fuck. Full blown clouds. Like can't even see can't even see Andy. Can't even see you through the fucking smoke clouds.
Mind you, we're also going like 90 down the interstate. It felt like
they were going 120. These fuckers
in this fucking truck. You feel like you're just floating.
And we were on our way to the end. This was gonna be the end of us. Eventually, we fucking made it, okay? But it was the worst car ride of our entire fucking life. So for you to say this was the best memory is shocking to me.
Okay, I think
jaw on the floor.
I misconstrued. I won't say it was a best memory, but if I could, I don't even want to go back to revisit that. Yeah, the whole thing sucked after I started saying it.
Why did you bring this up?
I think it's because I felt so much love for you in that moment because you fucking...
I took care of you.
You took care of me.
Yeah.
Like you... And mind you, once we got to fucking Paso Robles, they dropped us off at a grocery store. We walked to an urgent care that had moved 2 weeks previous. So
we got there.
I walked with an asthma attack, a mile one direction, just to read them saying, we've now moved to our new location as of this date. And it was literally like 2 weeks before.
By the way, no Ubers in this town.
No Ubers.
Okay, this was before Uber's time.
Yes.
No taxis in this town.
Nothing.
It was, we had to walk or hitchhike again, and that was
we literally ended up walking another mile in the opposite direction to the same fucking urgent care that had moved. I get in there and they yak me up with 3 fucking breathing treatments back to back. And I was golden after that. I was Gucci. But man
is right.
Insane. But then we went back to the festival.
We went back, had a good weekend. It was all fine. This is like when you're young and nothing matters. After that, we were like, let's party.
Yeah.
But that was
crazy. We still had a really good time.
We did. The fact
but that is when we thought we were invincible. Yeah. That is not my favorite story of us.
Come on now. All that time?
It's not.
You regret your answer.
I do regret my answer.
It's too bad. Time's up.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, instead of having a time that like I actually wanted to revisit, we got a time that I don't want to revisit in a sense. But I just think it was really cool that like that early on in our relationship that you just showed up and you did anything for me. You took care of me when I literally physically couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
You're welcome.
Jessica, are you ready for Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Never. Let's do it.
Wow, the enthusiasm is just like oozing out of you right now. What is the longest river in the world?
Can this be multiple choice? That would be fun.
That's not how this game works.
I don't know a lot of rivers. Like the Mississippi and the Nile is what's coming to like mind right now.
Okay, well, if you can tell me where the Nile is located, we'll scratch this whole question and make it that.
Africa.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was the Amazon though.
Oh yeah, I didn't know Amazon River. I had no idea.
We should just cut it there.
Right.
We should just cut it there because if you didn't know the Amazon River was a thing.
Babe, I told you I didn't know a lot of rivers.
It's not a good look.
Sorry. Well,
I feel like the whole time, like in the 90s, we were all taught that we all get our oxygen from the Amazon forest and we're chopping it down over and over and over again.
I must have missed that class.
Okay, well, you got kind of one. Nile is in Africa. Great job.
Okay, good.
Proud of you.
We did that.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all we got today.
That's it.
Thank you guys for joining us. If you like this episode, if you like our content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, follow along, send it to a friend. Follow us at 2 Babes 1 Barn and The Queer Social. That's it.
See you next time.
See you later.